Hello, everyone. Today, I'm sharing with you what's the difference between a main image costing 50 and 500? 5 variables behind outsourcing pricing. This is a question that often confuses many merchants when they first outsource main image pricing, because the reality is often the main images are the same, they look usable, but the prices differ by 10 times. You might start to suspect, are the expensive ones overcharging? Are the cheap ones cheap? But the truth is, the price difference for main images is almost never arbitrarily set. Behind it, there are at least 5 very real variables. Variable 1. Is there a conceptual cost? What does a 50 main image do? Use a template, change the background, show the product, deliver quickly. The core goal is only one, to look like a main image. What does a 500 main image do? Consider the order of selling points. Think about what you'll see at first glance. Determine the priorities in the visuals. What you see is an image, but the designer's job is to decide whether the user will click. Whether there's a clear concept is one of the price dividing lines. 2. Variable 2. Different visual complexity. Common forms of low-priced main images: pure white background, simple shadows, basic layout. Stable, but with limited potential. High-priced main images usually include scene setup, light and shadow relationships, multi-element compositing, visual layering control. The complexity increases, and the time cost is completely different. You're not buying more elaborate, but more difficult. 3. Variable 3. Differences in modification. Space. Common rules for low-priced images. Only one modification. Minor modifications are acceptable. No change in direction. Once you say it doesn't feel right, you'll often get stuck. A higher price usually means room for adjustment, allowing for minor changes in direction and a greater emphasis on the final effect, because the price already includes the cost of repeated refinement. Whether it can be changed directly impacts the user experience. Variable 4. Are you only responsible for this one image? The logic of 50% is, do this one image well, delivery is complete, without considering the overall picture. So you'll see, each image is good, but they look messy when put together. The logic of 500% is whether this image is consistent with the main images before and after it, and whether it creates a sense of series. The design starts from the perspective of the entire set of pages. This is the difference between images and systems. Variable 5. Depth of understanding. Your product. The norm of low-price collaboration. You provide, we do. No judgment, no reminders. High prices often include understanding the product, basic judgment of the user, and feedback on the suitability of the selling points. It's not about being smart, but about being willing to think from your perspective. Understanding costs are often the most underestimated variable. 6. Why do prices differ so much even though they look similar? Because many key variables are invisible to users. What you can see is the visual, but what you can't see are initial thinking, communication time, and room for trial and error. Low prices aren't without value, they just can't cover these things. 7. How beginners can avoid being misled by price. If you're struggling to determine if a main image is worthwhile, ask these questions. 1. Do I just need one image? 2. Does this image need to be reused long-term? 3. Can I accept minimal changes? If the answer leans towards the former, a lower price is fine. If the answer leans towards the latter, then the price difference is actually quite reasonable. A word of truth for those outsourcing main images for the first time. The price of the main image is never the key factor. The key factor is, what problem do you want it to solve for you? If it's just for placement, then 50 will suffice. If it's about clicks, image, and consistency, then its value goes beyond just the visuals. In short, the difference between a main image costing 50 and 500 isn't about looking good, but rather, has it been thoughtfully designed? Can it be reused repeatedly? Is it being used responsibly for the overall design? When you understand these variables, price becomes the least important factor.